Good morning, consciousness. I'm speaking here from Brazil, in São Paulo. In São Paulo, we are, I'm saying we, the word we are perhaps more than 20 million people living in a terrible city. There are many streets which are beautiful. Sometimes I pass through one of them, but the one I live is full of troubles and noise. But in general, it seems São Paulo is a lost case. I mean, this is my experience in São Paulo. I don't know how it is in the rest of the world. I send my regards to Stélio Sol, which is a man who is having a program in Radio Mundial in São Paulo about the global warming. And I wish the government continues, but in larger scale, to call the attention of the people that we have to take care when we drive and when we throw things in the walls, in the ground, Coca-Cola cans and Pepsi-Cola liters and paper and newspapers, paper bags and bags and plastic. Now there is a law here that you cannot allow your little doggy to make his necessities on the street, so you have to put them somewhere. So people go out on the street and put the sorrows of the doggies inside of a plastic bag, and then they throw in front of your door or somewhere, and the things that the dog produces on the streets out of paper, out of plastic bags, they just stay there for 3 or 4 days and they go out with the rain or whatever. But in a plastic bag, I'm sorry, my English is not that fluent, or today my medium is just like it is. If you put the things that your dog produces on the streets in a plastic bag, it will last for years. A plastic bag is really a devilish, demoniac stuff. It's horrible. It just doesn't disappear at all. It takes years. And now you see in front of your door, so you have to call the people from the cleaning, or you have to go there and take that plastic bag with, how do you say it in English? I just know the 4-letter word. I don't want to say it here. I don't know who is watching this video if you perhaps you don't like the word. But you see, everybody does the same, not just your dog. And I feel foolish, so they make a law and people don't care. They throw the plastic bag and so on and so forth. And São Paulo is like so. I am asking, please, here publicly, that if you or your sister or whomever in your family could watch this video, that please don't drive your car and speak with your handy. And people here in São Paulo, they use the handy telephone. There is a law that you shouldn't do that because it is really hazardous to drive with your telephone handy, your handy telephone. speaking with your mother and you just drive with one hand, and also you smoke and have a Coca-Cola and everything, and you are driving. So just São Paulo makes me feel horrible because uh, I have lived in Germany and Holland and Belgium and India and many places, and people don't do that. There is something in Brazilians. I remember again the psychiatrist here called Thales Absaber. He is not my friend, but I love the man and his intelligence. He is talking about a thesis from Mr. Roberto Schwartz, who is an eminent author. He writes books and has a lot of works studying Machado de Assis. Machado de Assis is a contemporary of Rui Barbosa and other people, and in the beginning of the past century, or in the other even, 18 something, 1890 something. But according to this thesis, you cannot trust that the thesis of Freud will be of value here in São Paulo, Brazil, in Brazil in general. According to this explanation, you cannot divide the people in neurotics, psychotics, and normal people. There is a fourth, as far as I understood, a fourth uh, word to be considered. It is perversion. When you are perverse, I hope my English is correct, you drive your car and you don't care if there is anybody just going on the streets. You just throw the car over it. So every man and woman, adolescent or old person who drives a car anywhere in the world has a gun in his hands. He is driving a weapon. It all depends on how you do it. You can kill 50 people easily with one single car, throwing your car over people in a bus station. It happened few days ago, 1 or 2 years ago. Someone just lost control of the car. Oh, poor guy, he lost control. He probably was drunk or too speedy and lost control. And zapped. 9 people were dead and many others just without a leg and or without an arm, and so on and so forth. Poor drivers. They are very stressed. I can understand. But you cannot commit such mistakes. And to come back to Brazil after having been outside is really hard stuff, hot stuff. It's really crazy. It's difficult. People are too angry and they throw their anger wherever. And people are damaging São Paulo, my hometown. So they make their things in front of the places that I have studied. If you just see the Conservatório Dramático e Musical de São Paulo, where I have studied music, you would sit on the floor and cry. The problem is that you cannot even sit on the floor because you will really dirt your pants. People go there and use it like a bathroom. It's all painted with obscenities. And the building is there. It's not working anymore, but the whole thing, I have read from the government that they are going to reconstitute that. They are going to make it again. But nothing happened up to now.